case. Y'all saw what we call a Gatlin Tube that Mike Case had kind of halfway designed, and I set up to spin, and Scott Bircher put it on his page. So I show what I'd used. I used a piece of aluminum, and it showed a 1 3/4 inch inside. So what I did was, you can go and find you an 1 3/4 dowel, but I cut a piece out of a 2x4 and used it. But when I put the screws in the side, it split. So you may laugh, but I found a piece of oak that was 1 3/4 inch diameter. I still got to cut that part off if I was to use it, and I utilized it. See, it kind of does look like some oak there. But the regular piece of 2x4 up top's no problem, just as a cap off on the top. So I wouldn't use a thin wall piece of pipe. It would probably collapse on you too easily. So, but the aluminum type here, it was an old piece of a tent pole system, or camouflage net system that I acquired over the years, and just cut the piece off to use it. And it's just over a foot long, right at a foot here. And I self-tapped my screws in for the holders that I picked up on YakAttack. One thing I did do, which I can show on this one a little bit easier, I cut the surface down and ground it out so that it would go around and meet my curve on the 1 3/4 inch outside, which is 2 inch outside, and mount better. This time I'm going to move it up just it doesn't have a problem on that, so when I mount it in, you can adjust it higher or low, or make the difference however you want to. But I do recommend self-tapping your screws. I did both one side, then I swapped and did the other side. Then I did the two centers on it. And you see I had to make a difference here. We all make mistakes sometimes. But I take the oak side, or the hardwood side, and I mount it to the quick connect of the YakAttack, and I can adjust it on any angle that I do. And I take a nylon system here, and I put it around. Once it's tight on, it won't come off, and I use this to go around the rod instead of the reel itself, because you start putting it around the reel, you start hitting your adjustment for your drag. But just putting it straight around the reel does real well. So this is what it looks like broken down. I use a long screw here, one of those, and then I got 8 of these, and I use those. All right, thank you. I'll get back with you. Okay, guys, here we go with the rest of it put back together, and I'm showing you put back how well it goes on a quick mount, quick to connect from YakAttack there. And yes, it still rotates. Got my lockdowns on it, and I can adjust my angle however needed. And I used it 10 days this past month at the 10 on pre-fishing and during the tournament, holding my rods out my back end. And the best part, I can always angle it however I want to come off the back of the kayak. All right, gentlemen, that's it. It's that simple to make your own. One thing, when you do your inside screws, make sure they're not like these sticking out, that they're rounded. That way they don't hurt your rod butt, and that's no problem. And that one big screw right there, going into that hardwood there that goes up into the tube. Now you can use some heavy pipe, 2-inch pipe, but I like my aluminum better. It's a little bit lighter, and I know it's not going to collapse on me from the heat. That's what I'm more concerned about, is the heat. All right, talk to y'all later, guys, and keep your lines wet, and good luck.